Gentlemen and female gentlemen, fantastic news. Joe Rogan is being canceled by the mainstream media for the billionth time ever. I have an incredibly hot take, and I think that the mainstream media is not willing to accept its utter defeat here, and it's been very fun to watch. I think every time you have the mainstream bullshitters literally striking out against the surprise dark horse candidates that is the anti-establishment, it makes me guffaw. I find it very funny. And now that Joe Rogan probably helped in regards to actually, electing a president of the United States, it is very not surprising that people are coming after him. So, in regards to the mainstream media slandering him, I'm pretty sure he's in the middle of like a $30 million lawsuit against the fucking media, making believe he was promoting horse tranquilizer or horse dewormer as like some sort of cure to COVID, which was not true. It was like actual bullshit slander that they posted about this guy. Apparently right now there's this entire war going on, and I am here for it. As a fan of the chaos, I am very, very excited to see this shit.
Now, if you guys don't know what show this is a show for bored, neurotic housewives that day drink and spend all day watching daytime television.
God, I love the way he describes like these fucking awful shows.
And most of them probably hate men, which really they hate men because they hate themselves. And so that's it.
True. Bro, you're just an armchair psychologist over here.
Show's about to be canceled. No, it's not. This show isn't canceled. There's no way it's going to get canceled. Do you know how many losers watch this show? Tons of people watch this show. Think about how many disaffected, disenfranchised, angry house moms there are. Yeah. And they're all watching The View being like, ha, exactly, yes. That's what they're doing.
True.
Yes. My wife, yeah, exactly. A lot of losers. True. Yeah, they're truing it. You go, girl. Exactly. Bitter
We
hags.
went from war to Cronkite.
This is awesome. These people are they live in their own little bubble of reality. These people are not real, in my opinion. I think that they are a symptom of a great disease. They think that they can sit here and be racist and shit against men and sexist against men as much as they want and escape from everything. But these clucking fucking losers are realizing exactly how powerless and wrong they are. They were rejected, not just by the media, but they were rejected by the people. And I think that's really what the Trump dub showed people. Like, you can't get away with this shit. You are literally hurting your side.
Basically, to this guy, Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons.
There's no way they just straight up said that. I knew there was something like this, but oh my God, they just straight up said it. He believes in dragons.
I checked it. He believes in dragons? He believes in dragons. Did you just that? Yes, I did. And he also thinks that
She thinks it's stupid.
They all think it's stupid. It's insane. Like, this is an insane level of trying to muddy the waters. Play the clip of Joe Rogan saying he believes in dragons. Oh, why aren't they playing that clip? Oh, it's because they are literally putting words into people's mouths to make them sound stupid on the mainstream media. And this is on ABC, okay? In the past, if people would do this shit, people would believe it. This is exactly what happened with the COVID thing all over again. But this is insane. After this, I want to watch the actual dragon clip with Joe Rogan.
Whoopi Goldberg is the queen of stupid ass shit of saying, and even she thinks this is stupid.
dragons, like dinosaur-y type of animals.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's like dinosaur-y type of animals.
Okay, so well, let's clarify here. Oh, he believes in dinosaurs.
Like they make no sense, dude.
Oh, what a fucking retard! This guy still believes in dinosaurs. Well, everybody knows that all the fossils in the ground of dinosaurs, they're just put in there by Jewish people to make the Christians.
How did he know? How did he know?
Christians question their faith.
Oh my God! How did he know? Holy shit! He figured us out. He figured us out. You know how many dinosaur bones I put in the ground to troll the Christians? Holy shit.
Obviously, right?
By the way, the whole thing, every time I hear someone like try to deny dragons or dinosaurs existing because the bones in the earth shit, can I just make an argument right here that just proves your levels of retardation? All right, I don't care how religious you are. If you don't believe in dinosaurs because you think that the world is 5,000 years old or whatever, like, brother, God created man as an adult, right? God created animals as adults, right? Why couldn't God have created the earth as an adult earth? with a built-in past billion years of history. Like, you gotta be fucking insane to think that that dinosaurs debunk God. Like that's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, this is, I mean, haven't you been on 4chan?
Or when people did.
Rogan really leaning into this one by changing his ex-bio to, quote, Dragon Believer. Joe Concha is a...
Oh, no, Joe Rogan added Dragon Believer to his Twitter. Oh, no. Wait. I have to see if that's real. This is so hilarious because the mainstream media used to actually get away with this shit unchecked for so fucking long. And finally, we're living in a time where the counterculture is literally stronger than the culture. Like, Trump won with a majority vote, and the entire media was against this guy. So now that we're living in a timeline where the counterculture is unironically stronger, it is so funny to see the media try their old tricks at discrediting people and watching them absolutely fail. Every single one of them. He actually does have Dragon Believer in his bio. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love that. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
a Fox News contributor, and he joins us now. Joe, this is so up Joe Rogan's alley in terms of what he finds funny, to first of all be called a dragon believer, and also to be accused of being an unreliable source of information.
That is the point. That is what they're doing. It's a discrediting campaign. And it's honestly evil. It is honestly unironically evil. I'm going to look into the Joe Rogan dragon clip, because apparently this is a clip that exists where he talks about the history of dragons, which, by the way, let me just say, is fascinating, because somehow so many different cultures around the world somehow have dragons in their culture. So it is a very, very interesting topic. I don't know if he believes that dragons exist. That's obviously kind of wild. But yes, this has always existed as a mainstream media smear campaign to discredit people by literally taking what they say out of context in disgusting and vile ways to make them sound like morons, and therefore it discredits everything else they say. They did that with him about COVID, and they're doing it with him again right now, because when he said that he took ivermectin for his COVID, and they described ivermectin as horse dewormer, even when it's a completely legitimate drug to take as a human. It's a human drug. Again, I'm not saying that ivermectin actually works for COVID. I have no idea. I'm no doctor. But to frame it like it's a horse medication instead of a human medication is so despicable. It's insane.
As if the view is like, so if you're getting community noted, legal noted by your own production team multiple times a week, and you're complaining that somebody else isn't a reliable source of information, ooh, I wonder what the real problem is.
I don't know. I'm just so cynical when it comes to all this shit. I feel like the view is just one tiny symptom of the disease. It's the entire mainstream that has always done their best to discredit people that aren't mainstream. They want to discredit everyone that they don't literally have a chokehold on top of.
By the ladies
It's
of
a
the
desperate attempt at regaining control, which they have lost.
view. So what is your reaction to all of this?
Oh, yes, Carly. We should absolutely trust The View. And not the guy who revolutionized the world with electric cars. I could go on with the accomplishments of Elon Musk. I have a question. Do stupid people get...
I don't know what that has to do with Joe Rogan.
That has nothing to do with anything. It's like, oh, we're going to trust them over the guy that made electric cars? Bro, this is like a classic Fox News moment. Like, by the way, I want to make this clear. I think Fox News is just as cringe as any other news site. They are literally just as biased as everyone else, just the other direction. Like, this is such a non sequitur answer. Oh yeah, we're gonna trust The View over Elon Musk about if Joe Rogan believes in dragons? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is actual retard o'clock.
But yeah, sure.
Accomplishments of Elon Musk. I have a question. Do stupid people get to a point in life where they realize that they're, stupid? Because this is what
They do. They do. And that's like, so I've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen too. I do think people actually believe they're stupid at some point. However, I don't think this is stupidity that they're saying that he believes in dragons. I'll be honest. I don't think it comes from stupidity. I think it comes from evil. Again, you're watching Nuxanor not for the political hot takes, but from the very basic asshole perspective that is me, that thinks that all these people have their agendas that they're pushing. I think it's evil, by the way. I think they know that this is fake, and they are literally saying this shit anyway.
I've seen it happen, and it's like, and here's a good parallel. Have you ever had a time where like you're like fucking with your dog, where like you put it in front of a mirror, and then like the dog is barking at the mirror, or it's mad at the mirror or cat, and then eventually it figures out, wait a minute, oh, right? Like, that's it? Have you guys had that happen? Where like he figures it out, like the dog figures out, oh wow, or like he's like chasing his tail and he's like, wait a minute, oh, it's my tail, fuck. Imagine that, but with a person.
Yeah, I feel like that's just literally been the entire media in regards to, or the people that have been trolled by the media in regards to this election. Like, when I saw, like, Vosh or Hassan, like, have absolute meltdowns that, the sudden realization that all the polling and information that they got was wrong, and they're just like, oh, Trump is winning by a landslide. Like, when you see that shit, he's right. I'm a dumbass. I just believed them.
Yeah. Sounds
like in legacy media. I've said this before in this program. It's worth repeating again.
Bro, you are legacy media.
Because it's so disturbing. The View is under the ABC News umbrella. ABC News.
Yeah, he's right, though. 100%. The fact that they're putting The View as a news show, it is giving a stamp of approval to these obvious bullshitters that are just saying objectively wrong things all the time.
Is run by a woman named Dana Walden. Dana Walden is Kamala Harris's very best friend.
ABC stands for Always Be Lying.
What the fuck? Wait, maybe I'm missing something obvious here, right? Wait. All right, so let's open up a little brush here. All right, so ABC, which stands for Always Be Lying. God, let's just say cringe. All right, cringe. All right, always be cringe. All right? I feel like that's my. I saved your joke, Mr. Asman. Don't worry, homie. I got you.
They lived right near each other in Brentwood, California when she was a senator there. Dana Walden set up Kamala Harris on a blind date with Doug Emhoff, who she obviously is now married to.
Oh, wow.
And now this...
Okay, so they're close friends and they're incredibly biased. Yeah, are we shocked? No way! A news site is biased?
This is what the result is.
I love how he's Fox News. So he actually needs to justify why they're biased. Even though he's just as biased, just the other way. Again, I don't trust a single news source on the fucking planet. I think all these people are literally all liars. He needs to go through hoops to explain why The View is biased. Because he's not willing to accept that every single media agency ever is biased.
Of Dana Walden.
Bro, we saved it. Asmongold, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Always be capping. Thank you, chat. Always be capping. There we go. We saved it.
Walden running ABC News. You have people like Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg under the ABC News umbrella.
Look at it's all a bunch of girls, and he's there with his fucking wife. True. He's probably there with maybe his wife. This guy's, oh, fuck. Yeah, I had to be here, right? This is it. Like, it's all girls, man.
Dude, like, no, the View is obviously cringe. It's for grannies that want to be angry at men. Poor women that are so unhappy with their lives because of probably bad, abusive men in their lives that is making them now like this show. That is their audience. Whereas my audience are sycophants and assholes. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here, sycophantic assholes.
Minds.
And I love you, random citizen.
On a daily basis. And it's actually kind of fun to watch. But at some point, people are going to be like, all right, I don't want to listen to this anymore because, quite frankly, I can't trust you people because you told us that Donald Trump was Hitler. And
the irony of, like, the mainstream media talking about how the other side of the mainstream media is full of lies.
Now, apparently Hitler is going to be the 47th president.
By the way, if I got a lot of subscribers recently because I've been making fun of, like, leftist meltdowns, and you're upset that I'm making fun of Fox News, I want to make this completely clear literally right now. I am chaotic neutral. I will fuck with anyone that deserves to be fucked with. That is my MO, okay? And that includes Fox News. They're all fake. Fox News is just the CNN of the right. They just happen to be a lot more accurate in regards to this election because most of the misinformation seems to really come from the left. Without a doubt, which is why I'm making fun of them a lot more.
Of the United States, go figure.
Well, that would be
I have no allegiance, I have no alliance. I am only allied to chaos, and chaos is indiscriminate.
Good point. I would argue that point is already here. I mean, look at the ratings from the election and beyond. I mean, people are not watching this stuff, and I broaden that out to all the mainstream media collectively. What's a different tact on this, though, Joe? Shouldn't conservatives be celebrating this cacophony because it shows
they literally are
that there are factions on the left that still refuse to acknowledge ultimately why Trump won.
100%. He is completely right here, though.
And the only thing that I'm surprised about The View with is the fact that they acknowledge that the results of the election are legitimate.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I find surprising about them.
See, I'm always surprised when reporters have any form of rational thought at all, and it isn't literally only 100% distilled propaganda. I am also surprised Yeah, I love how Asmongold found that one thing he's surprised about, but I am literally surprised every time a reporter's mouth is moving and they're not lying.
The reasons for it. And so,
I wouldn't have expected
I don't know, looking
that.
ahead to 2026, that bodes well for the Republicans if they figured out why the Republicans won.
Of course. They'll never figure it out. Like, you hear the fucking, goddamn, the meltdowns, like the echo chambers, a bunch of leftists in a room, and every single one of them is going to give a completely different reason as to why Trump won the election. Like, literally, all of you guys you're fucking tanking your own party. One person will be like, well, we weren't radical left enough. And then the other guys will be like, no, we're just, pandering to identity politics to such an insane degree when we should be talking about the economy. And the other guy's like, no, it's obviously because a majority of the country just really hates women, all right? And then the next guy will be like, no, and give another fucking harebrained scheme as to why they actually lost.
It's a great point, Todd. I mean, I said this on this program. I'll say it again. Before the election, you guys know this, I said that I couldn't see how Kamala Harris could beat Donald Trump when Donald Trump was winning over black voters to the amount that he was, Latino voters to the amount that he did. Obviously, we also had the union voters, rank and file. He was winning those over as well. We saw the Teamsters in terms of their internal polling.
Anybody who thought that Trump was going to lose, I'm sorry.
Please say it, Asmongold. Say it! Say it!
You got lost in the sauce.
Oh my God, he's right. I've been saying this the entire time. When I watched the Vosh meltdown, like every single guy on the left predicted Trump losing by a landslide. Every single one of them. It is mind-boggling to me at how blind all these people were. Literally just huffing the ultimate copium. Like, this was the most obvious election result of my lifetime, aside from Obama, okay? I predicted Trump would win and I was right because I just don't believe all this fucking bullshit pandering from the news articles.
You did. You got lost in the sauce. That's just, yeah, you did for a while. I never said I thought he was going to lose. I said there was a chance he lost the popular vote, but that's it. I was actually talking to my dad last night about the minus 700K thing. I was.
Oh, excuse, he lost $700,000 voting for predicting Harris winning.
That he was winning there big time. Yeah. And when you win those three Democratic strongholds, the Democrat nominee, in this case Kamala Harris, didn't have any chance. So, that's the thing. Like, they should understand that Donald Trump won for a reason, that he resonated with the very viewers that they seek to bring in.
And also the last 4 years were kind of shit.
And I'll just leave it there.
I wonder if we're going to see Kamala Harris ever again.
They're just going to fucking lock her in Guantanamo Bay or some shit.
Or if this is just going to be like, you lost.
You lost, now we're going to erase you from existence.
You lost to Orange Hitler. Like, we don't want to look at you anymore. I feel like there's no way she can come back from that.
Oh, no, she's never coming back. She's cooked. She's fucking cooked. She ran the worst campaign in election history. She's fucking cooked.
Most VPs go...
Just by the way, Kamala Harris was spending $650,000 a day to broadcast her name on the Las Vegas Sphere. In Las Vegas, a blue state. Like, hello? Retard alert. There's something wrong going on. Like, literally... She spent $1 billion on her campaign. She's $20 million in debt. Like, you've got to realize, this is insane. Like, what on earth? No way she did that. She did that. I did a deep dive on her advertisement spending. Like, she actually did do that. But oh my God. And the best they could do is try to discredit Joe Rogan for believing in dragons. Like, you got to realize how pathetic this is.
Away. She's still like, she lost worse than Hillary.
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive.
By far.
It really is, because...
the Democrats are like, all right, you know what? The right have been misogynists for far too long, and you know what? They were right. And then the leftists proceed to never nominate a female ever again. Oh, no. Kamala, you have brought women back into the dark ages. God damn it. Holy shit.
Because Hillary had 30 years of being an obnoxious bitch in the public eyes, and she only had maybe 10.
Damn, true.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, it's even more impressive. Kamala Harris is in debt, and then the View is like, do you believe Joe Rogan believes in dragons?
Yeah, she racked up them hours.
That Trump resonates with people, while people like Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg, went after a Staten Island bakery because they wouldn't make cake because...
I saw that! That's amazing!
Their boiler
pathetic.
Went down and...
Wait, he doesn't know it? He doesn't know this story? Oh, God. If he doesn't do a deep dive, I have to show you this clip. This is so fucking hilarious. Oh, my God. This is glorious. Whoopi Goldberg. Dude, I'm telling you, you are gonna love this bakery. This is insane. Insane. Let me see if I can find this shit. Dude, there is so much cringe out there. Are you aware of how much cringe there is on the planet? God, I love the chaos. I love chaos so much. I can't find the Whoopi Goldberg clip. I just see the bakery's clapback. But dude, I really want to find that original The View clip because that was insane. Shit, dude, that was so funny. That was so funny. I can't find it. Now I'm just sad. This is a total other random clip that I just saw by accident, but this is a kind of funny.
She likes me. She even put me. She put me in a movie right a long time ago. So how much did I judge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that. Trump. Yeah. Talking about Trump.
And she likes.
They're trying to humanize him after she literally fucking promotes it. How good is that, right? You got it. That's pretty great. All right, but dear, look at this.
The place that made these
All right, so she bought all sorts of bakery shit.
refused to make them for me.
Oh, but they refused to make them for her. Oh my God, are they racist?
Oh, really?
Oh my God. Oh. And she spits out the food. Oh, they refused. Oh.
No. Let me explain.
All right, explain why they refused to make them for you.
They said that their ovens had gone down, all kinds of stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But
People ended up finding out who made them, and the bakery ended up responding.
can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics. Yeah.
Her claim is the bakery didn't want to serve her, a celebrity, because they are racist against leftists. This is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, actually the most crazy shit in the universe. Anyway.
Appears to double down in this new video.
There seems to be a lot.
And so she gets called out for that after they find out who the bakery is, and she doubles down.
A lot of talk about the dessert I requested for my birthday show. I never mentioned the name of the bakery or the location.
People found it though.
It does seem a little odd that when we called a few weeks before my birthday and we were told they couldn't process the order for my birthday because of an equipment failure, but somehow they were able to accept an order of a different 48 of the same dessert when somebody else called without using my name. But it's all okay, y'all, because I enjoyed my delicious dessert and I had a happy, sweet birthday.
And she doubles down on the bullshit that they didn't want to serve her because she's a leftist. Anyway, insane levels of cope. That what, leftists are oppressed in America? Like, that's gotta be satire, right? Anyway, back to Joe Rogan's dragons, because I really want to get into the Joe Rogan clip.
Come on, I mean, this is insane, and at some point, people are going to be like, all right, I'm done with
After all this, I do want to look at the actual Joe Rogan dragon clip.
you guys. I'm done.
All right, really quickly, continuing with the post-mortem here. Here is former NBC News anchor Brian Williams. He was on with Seth Meyers last night. Watch this.
It is tough love time for the Democratic Party. I think it needs to be stripped down and rebuilt. I think it's insulting when members of the working class, which the Democratic Party has lost entirely in our lifetimes.
Well, here's the thing, is that the Democratic Party has turned into the party of celebrities and socialites. So now being working class is like seen as a negative thing.
True! Because if you're a socialist, then you should not be working at all. Things should just fall into your lap. And the other people that they work with is every celebrity on the planet. Like, bro, aren't you supposed to be fighting for, like, the working class? Hilarious.
Because it's like a luxury value that people think that they have. They're like, oh yeah, we're part of the cool kids club. And guess what? With somebody like old Joe Biden, oh, well, we know Joe. He's been around forever. He's on our side. We're the workers, right? Sleepy Joe, but at least he's dreaming of something that people like.
Yeah, sure.
Here's the thing, and that's the reason why people voted for old Joe. Bernie, yeah, exactly. They don't give a now it's the party, it's party of socialites. That's it. She accused a bakery of that won't make a cake for her because of her politics when it was actually the boiler problem, so they can't make the cake.
How awesome
So
is
it's
that?
the classic, oh wow, they hate me because I'm X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, it's the funniest shit in the world. The fact that she literally went on a whole rant talking about how they wouldn't serve her because she's a leftist. Like, what the fuck? You are not oppressed because you're a leftist.
But it's actually just some completely normal reason that you've made yourself the main character in their lives,
and
they're like not even aware of it. That basically what happened. The cake was a lie. Memes are becoming reality very fast.
True.
They spent so much fucking money on her. I know. So it's like, how many times have you guys seen, like, I've seen a lot of tweets and messages of people that were, they were saying, oh, if you think the economy is bad, well, just get a better job. We'll just work harder, just make more money. Like, oh, wow, eggs.
Just do crypto rug pulls, bro.
They're expensive for you. Oh, wow,
God.
that's such a big problem. It's like
such an L. Oh, my Lord.
Like, yeah, it is. You think they're going to give a fuck about your social issue if they can't afford food? Don't you understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs? This is like basic psychology, but they just can't figure it out. They don't understand. It's literally the most basic concept, and they can't even realize it. It's the party of educated people. It's the party of educated people who look down on uneducated people. And so if you become a party of people who look down on other people, don't expect them to vote for you. That's it. You can't look down on somebody and then be like, oh, wow, why aren't you saying that I should run the country? Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, much to the surprise of no one.
To insist the economy is doing great. I think the biggest unforced error of the Biden administration by far was the border. To tell people it's not a problem is insulting.
I think that Kamala Harris talking all that bullshit about Israel probably did more damage to her than the border did, because it demotivated people that were the extreme left, right? The ones that were very, very
she had no idea what she was talking about. I feel like Kamala really kind of was all over the place the entire time.
Vocal, very radical.
A vote for Kamala is not a vote for Kamala. A vote for Kamala was just a vote against Trump. And I think that that's just reality. And you can't expect to win like that as just the not Trump candidate.
Motivated them from voting for her. I think it did more damage to her than anything, because every single person, like not every single one, but I feel like almost every person who like Palestine was like a single issue problem for them, every single one of them probably would have been a Kamala Harris voter. I think so.
He also said that he wants to know whose idea it was to have Joe Biden run for re-election at a 38% approval rating when he is...
That's another real one. Bro, they were planning on running Biden again until he fumbled by his debate. Like, they were actually trying to run him again. Like, these people are insane. They don't want a person. They want a puppet.
That he is.
I'll be quick, guys. We talked about this. I've talked about this on the air well before the election. I love hearing this stuff after the election. But yeah, the border is a big issue. It affects every community in this country. The economy.
Well, then people are like, oh, well, if you don't want your job taken by an illegal immigrant, just get a better job. It's like, okay, how about you get a better job because you're not a politician anymore? You didn't win the vote.
Damn.
You know, it's pretty fucking simple. What a surprise.
Say it's great when people look at their bank accounts and say, no, it's not. And they go to the grocery store and they say, I'm paying twice as much as I did under Donald Trump. So why should I vote for this administration again? So
that's I think, the core of it. The core of it was the last 4 years were shit.
The analysis is correct.
I went to the grocery store yesterday. I spent like $70 and I got like cookies and like 5 or 7 things. Like, I didn't get anything crazy. I bought a bag of beef jerky, but it was the store brand beef jerky.
This is criminal. Okay, all right. I had enough of this. He's not even talking about the dragon shit anymore.
Joe Rogan's viewpoints on anything. It has every. It's because Joe Rogan.
And relax. Thank you for joining us, Waking Up.
Thanks.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Art. And click here.
He's not vaxxed. If he was, he'd be dead, obviously. Yeah, I think them trying to attack Joe Rogan. You know why they're attacking Joe Rogan?
Because he literally has a bigger platform than any of these mainstream media sites. He's actually dictating like genuine conversation in the world instead of the actual mainstream media bullshit.
It's because Joe Rogan is eating their market share.
He is literally more powerful than him, and he's taking all of their credibility away.
And he's making their influence less important. So it has nothing to do with like Joe Rogan's politics. It has nothing to do with Joe Rogan's viewpoints on anything.
Nothing.
It has everything to do with...
It's his power. It's jealousy. He has power, he has influence, and he's trusted. None of these fucking anchors on these news sites are trusted because they're not people that actually have genuine conversations with anyone.
Self-serving behavior that is being done for the benefit of themselves. That's why they want to do it. They want to delegitimize him so people turn on the television again. Well, that's not going to happen.
100%. We have passed that. We have literally passed that era. And that is what I think this election really proved. And honestly, I think it's a pretty huge fucking dub. It's a dub that we are literally passing this era. We're leaving it behind us.
I'm sorry. And here's another thing. Look at all the people in the audience here. Wait a second. It was like right before this, right?
Yeah. Anywho, I'm going to the fucking Joe Rogan Dragon clip because I want to see what it is, because that seems very funny to me. All right, so here's here's the actual 4-year-old clip about the dragon discussion. I want to see what they are accusing him of.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
So you like these kind of far out there ideas. How do you like this idea? There's a group of people that say that dragons were real.
Dragging these nuts on your face.
And I'll explain. So,
all right, dragons existed in many different cultures, right? You got Chinese mythology dragons. You got more Britannian mythological dragons, King Arthur mythological dragons. You got dragons in tons of different cultures. There's a constellation called Draco, and this constellation was talked about by ancient peoples, right? It's even discussed in like ancient Jewish scriptures as well that are like thousands of years old. They discussed the constellation Draco. How is it that so many different cultures around the world that had no actual interactions with each other discussed some sort of dragons? Like, obviously that is the question, and the answers range, but it's an interesting question. At least it's like a food for thought.
So around the same time period, so to speak, and I'm not one of these people, so I'm probably going to get the details wrong a little bit.
Matthew McConaughey movie right now.
Yeah, seriously. But so around the same time period in China, South America, Africa, all these
Aztecs as well.
Different Rome, all these places, images depicted people fighting dragons, right?
Interesting. A lot of them depicted actual dragons in history. Like, it is a genuinely interesting question. Now, you can make arguments that a lot of them are just, oh, that's just big reptile. It's not actually dragons. The dragons look different. Like, obviously you have arguments everywhere, but it is an interesting question.
Right, and every dragon was slightly different, but it was all a giant, scaly animal that could fly. So when you break that down, you think about the fact that large birds had a hard time being fossilized because their bones are so porous, right? So because they have like hollowish bones, they break down very easily and they don't fossilize. So the group that says this, basically they're saying the evidence is the reason there's no fossils of dragons is because they had bird bones and they were actually very delicate animals. But a handful of these small population of these giant flying lizards existed and basically encompassed all these different countries where they all depicted fighting dragons in their own way.
All right, interesting, right? Really cool. It's just a food for thought, like random conspiracy theory, okay?
And they were all killed off by, knights or whatever it is, and then didn't fossilize.
What?
So it's like the science is saying...
like Joe Rogan, like, what, dude? No. Dude. Crazy, bro.
Saying that if there were lizards big enough to fly around and eat people, they didn't have bones that could fossilize.
So it'd be like an eagle.
Right. And that's why, all these human populations around the world have depictions of them.
I love the random conspiracy food for thought theories. I think they're all interesting.
Because they did actually exist.
Now, are there any stories of dragons, like written, like in the times of people that they actually had the written word, or is it just depictions?
I don't know. Not my field.
That would be interesting because, like, are these depictions, like, ancient accounts told by generation after generation, like passed down?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know anything about dragons or whether it's real, but I think it's interesting to think.
It is.
Oh, well,
absolutely. 100%. That's why people watch the Joe Rogan podcast. People watch it because there's a lot of really interesting, like, thought-provoking discussions. Obviously, you're not going to get the fucking scientific bones of the answers every time, but it is just an interesting discussion point with interesting people. And it's very real. Obviously, CNN would never have a discussion like this, but then again, on CNN, they're not real people. They're fucking puppets, propaganda machines. These are actual humans having a discussion, which is why, ultimately, I think it's surpassing the mainstream media bullshit.
Science supports that if there were flying lizards, their bones wouldn't have fossilized, and these have been passed down, stories that have been exaggerated and passed down from generation to generation.
And some of them breathe fire, but some of them don't, depending upon
which culture it was significant to.
I wonder what the fire is supposed to represent. Or they're just people are full of shit.
Probably that one.
Just as far as the written word goes, it is important to mention that the constellation Draco is, Draco, by the way, is Latin for dragon, right? So it is actually a constellation that they discussed in Greek mythology, right? Here. The constellation symbolized the dragon Ladon, whatever, who guarded the goddess Hera's golden apples in the garden of Hesperides. To complete one of his 12 labors, Heracles killed Ladon in order to steal the apples. Right? Like, this is a discussion that was talked about thousands of years ago, right? And obviously, places like China and, the Aztecs in South America and the Greeks, they didn't all intermingle. So it's really weird that there are all depicting some kind of dragons. Dragons are everywhere in, I guess, theology and potential history. So it is a really interesting question and point. Calling him a dragon believer and using that to discredit him is insane. Anyway, let's keep going.
one.
Yeah, it's probably made it sound even cooler.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Not only did I kill him, he was trying to burn me. Do you hold any weight? Do you think that holds any weight? Like
no,
that there's actually dragons?
I mean, we know there were large flying lizards during the times of dinosaurs, right? The only weight that it could possibly hold is that like a few of those somehow survived much later than we previously thought. But do I think that there were dragons attacking human beings and civilizations? No, I don't. But it's still interesting.
It's so much cooler if there were.
Right.
Like, we know that pterodactyls did exist. That's cool.
Right.
It would be way cooler as if they existed with people.
Right. 2,000 years ago.
Why is that? But why is that so much cooler to us?
I don't know.
It's like people would dedicate giant chunks of their life trying to find out if pterodactyls did coexist with human beings at one point in time. They really would.
Absolutely.
Imagine if there was like 100-foot pterodactyl snatching kids.
It'd be terrifying.
Oh my God.
Would you know about the moa eagle?
Yeah, the Haast eagle.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
So I call it moa eagle because they used to attack moas.
They weren't
with the
that.
Haast.
So they're on to a different discussion point at this point. Absolutely nowhere in here does he believe that dragons are real. All right? So the View actually slandering him and trying to discredit him because he believes in dragons is insane. Let's see the View's exact words again, because this is good shit. Like, this is actual, like, trying to discredit him for this shit.
Bitter
We
hags.
went from Walter Cronkite, basically, to this guy, Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons.
What a loser! It is insane how they're trying to obfuscate this hard. They're trying to discredit this man with slander.
I checked it. He believes in dragons.
Oh, she checked it, guys.
He believes in dragons.
Did you triple force that?
Yes, I did. And he also thinks that the
She thinks it's stupid.
Wow. Insane that they're doing this to him again. I feel like every couple of years there's just this massive media slander campaign to discredit Joe Rogan because they're all fucking jealous that he literally has more power than any of these media companies. It is literal slanderous shit. Look at his Twitter profile. Dragon believer. Like, dude, honestly insane. He posted a video. Evidence dragons were real. Full documentary. All right, dude. Yeah, but anyway, trying to discredit him, in my opinion, is despicable shit. Disgusting. But anyway, this has been another episode of the mainstream media trying to cope with their loss by discrediting the people that are against them and accidentally making themselves look like complete and utter assholes. This has been the full-ass dragon deep dive, making fun of, once again, fucking losers on the internet. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe for more losers that are going to be made fun of. This has been fun. I enjoyed it immensely. And remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.